Look at that. It's a beautiful spring day. That's what they say. So beautiful. Little lamp up there in the sky on the Lord's Day. I received a word for you. But first I want to talk to you about how I know that the end is close, and how we all should know that the end is close. It's not just because of dreams or visions or any of those things. It's, if you'll notice, there are literally tens of thousands of people who say they heard from the Lord and He told them to repent. There are people in Muslim countries, they don't even believe in Christianity, and Jesus appeared to them and told them to repent, that He was the Lord and He was coming. So by their testimony we know that, and by the testimony of all these other people. My wife and I didn't serve the Lord for years, and when I finally turned my heart back over to the Lord and repented, was at the same time these people got that revelation. This was back in 2011, and January or February, somewhere in there. And my wife doesn't necessarily believe that this is the end of time, even though we know by the scriptures that it is. So I was praying about it, and I had a dream. And in this dream, I asked the Lord, I said, do you mean you're coming soon as in my soon, or do you mean, soon as in your soon? Because those two things are different. And so I dreamed that I was driving through these grape orchards, and the phone rang. My wife answered it in the car. We pulled over. She said, it's a guy who wants to talk to you about a business opportunity. I get on the phone. First I see the number 7 as a handle to turn on the water to the grape field. Then I see the number 7 as slats on the grill on the car. And then the guy tells me on the phone, no, I don't want to talk to you about a business opportunity. I want to talk to you about salvation and the coming of the Lord. And he says, just turn around and go back where you came from, and you'll see me on the right-hand side of the road. So I got in the car and I drove back there, and I ran over some of his grapes. He had all of his grapes were already off. They'd been harvested, and my German Shepherd's over here with me. Anyway, they were all harvested, and they were laying out on paper, rolls turning into grapes. And I ran some of them over, and he said, for that you're going to have to die, for damaging my harvest. The Lord had called me to be a preacher, and so I didn't do that because of other things in my life. So I guess that's what he was talking about. But anyway, he pulled out a grapevine, and the branch end of it looked like the number 7. He stripped off the leaves, and I apologized to him, and I said, I'm really sorry, I didn't see. It was dark in here and I couldn't see very well. And he says, okay, you're forgiven, but you must be punished. So he had me turn my back to him, and he whipped me with that number 7 3 times. He says, it's finished. And he says, come here, I want to show you something. This man was like 6'4", had a green hunter's vest on, long hair, but light came out of his face. There was no facial features. And he pulls this paper out of his pocket, and he says, you know it is the end of time when they propose to take my house. Look, right here, they propose to take my house. And I said, well, I can help you with financially. I said, I can come to work or whatever to help you. And he says, no, there is no time left. It's the end of time. And then I woke up. So I believe that was God telling me it's the end of time. What do you guys think? So, back to my story. The rapture is going to happen, and I can prove it. It's shown all through the Bible. One of the ways is Lot and his family. The angels came to Abraham and told him that they're going to go down and look at the city and destroy it. The tribulation period is God's wrath on the earth to get the unbelieving one more chance to repent, to bring His wrath on this world of unbelieving men. So Abraham walked with him and said, hey, if there's 50, will you destroy the 50 righteous with the unrighteous? He said, no. He says one more time, if there's 45, and the Lord said no. And he went all the way down to 10. He says, if there's 10 righteous in the city, I'll not destroy it. And so they went in, and there wasn't 10. And so he told Lot and his wife and his 2 daughters, you got to get out of here. And they forcibly led them by the hands and took them out and said, you got to get into the mountain before, because I can't destroy this place until you're out. So you see, the Lord will remove his righteous from this earth before he brings judgment on those that do not believe. Just like he did in Sodom and Gomorrah. Just like he did many, many, many times before. So think about that, and think about what's going on right now. Chemical weapons were used in Syria, and Obama said, that's a red line, and if they do that, that'll change my calculus. And Iran and all these other countries that are going against us, they're looking at that. North Korea, everybody. Will he choke at it? Israel is going to have to do something. And we know that that could trigger a nuclear war, and if it triggers a nuclear war, the church has to be gone. We know that as the missiles come down, we go up. So I want you guys to take heart. Know that the Lord is coming. And I want you to pray for Israel, and for the leaders in Israel, and for the military people in Israel. Pray for our people in our country also. Pray for the Christians that are in Muslim countries and throughout the world that are being tortured and killed at this moment. There is tribulation there already. They are suffering. So we need to understand and help these people if we can. And now the whole set of groups out here. So I want to say God bless each and every one of you. Keep me in your prayers, and I'll do the same for you. If you have any needs, let me know, and I'll try to help you. God bless each and every one of you, and shalom.